Nepal is a nation blessed with phenomenal natural beauty, vast biodiversity, rich cultural heritage, and steeped in tradition. However, geographical remoteness, political instability, marked by a lack of a long-term vision regarding the development of the country amongst political leaders, and corruption means that despite being a country well endowed with natural resources, development is still a distant dream in Nepal. This has led to the majority of the population having to lead difficult lives. The lack of employment has resulted in a huge influx of migrants from the villages and small towns to the cities and other urban areas. While some of these migrations are the result of the pursuit of rosy dreams, the majority are in the hopes of basic subsistence and a poverty-free livelihood. Are these migrant people happy? Certainly not. The situation of the women and children among them is even more disheartening. With dreams of being able to afford a warm meal, of being able to buy clothes, and of being able to give a proper education to their children, these migrants and needy people are toiling laboriously in the cities. Will these dreams be fulfilled? Even they themselves may not know. The WAWCAS program both supports these migrant women as well as needy women native to Kathmandu to achieve a self-sustainable life. Facing these very problems and nurturing these same dreams is Puspa Rai, a migrant woman who is struggling it out in Kathmandu, the capital city of Nepal. I came to Kathmandu from a remote hilly village. Life was very tough. I had never gone anywhere out of my village, but I came to the city because of my husband. In fact, he was the only reason I came here. But life here was even tougher. We came here with our 2 children. My husband was unemployed at the time, and I also didn't have any skills. I was really worried at the time, as I had no support and felt completely isolated. With time, we made friends, started getting to know people, and both of us began working as labourers in construction works. I used to go to the construction sites with both my children, the younger one piggybacking on my back and the elder one walking alongside me. Labouring throughout the day, carrying loads of bricks and sand, I used to feel very low and was frustrated. 8 years passed this way, and my 3rd child was born. 6 to 7 months after the birth of my child, I came to know about how Slisha gives micro-loans to people like me, but I was sceptical about my prospects of getting a loan, as I did not even have a citizenship card. My friends told me not to lose hope and that my husband's citizenship card would suffice. Still hesitant, I went to the organisation. There I met other friends just like me, and we shared our stories. The people at the organisation were very helpful, and they explained to me what my possibilities were. Then, in the 7-day training that followed, I learnt a lot of things. One thing that we were taught was that one should be a person of ambition and hope. For the first time, I was truly very excited. I was given a loan of 15,000 rupees. This was the first time I had taken a loan and was very scared about how I would pay it back. After some days of contemplating what to do with the loan money, a friend suggested that I start an eatery. So I bought an eatery. The earnings from that was enough for me to send my children to a good school. After 3 years, I decided to move on to the pig farming business. I have come here with hopes that if I take a land on rent and start the farm, I will be successful. I am happy today. I am able to afford my children's education. But today, her life and that of her family has witnessed a significant transformation. Her venture that started out as a small eatery, from which her income gradually increased, and now boasts a pig farm. the earnings of which is enough to meet her daily expenses and fulfill her dream of giving her children the opportunity of good education. She proudly states how her husband supports her in her endeavours and seems happier for it. Rai states how WAWCAS, the programme conducted by Slisha, has been instrumental in bringing about this transformation in their lives, and that it would not have been possible without the support she received. WAWCAS, Women and Work, Children at School, was the creation of Sangeeta Shrestha and Nina Shriver. This programme, designed by the duo, has been implemented by Slisha with the active help from the Danish ANIN-group Denmark. The WAWCAS programme has been designed specifically targeting low-income women who are almost entirely dependent upon their husbands. In almost all cases, the low income of the husbands is not enough to meet daily needs, compelling the women to accept very low-paid jobs as construction labourers and domestic servants. In such cases, sending their children to school for a proper education is not within reach. This is why the main objective of the WAWCAS programme is to improve the living standard of this group of women, making them capable of giving their children the opportunity of good education. Hence, the main work of this programme revolves around providing entrepreneurship training and small-scale loans to start or even promote an already operational small business for this group of low-income, largely dependent women. To conduct a programme, a location is determined, and on the basis of the well-being ranking, interested candidates are selected from the targeted area. Then, after multiple sessions of discussion with the candidates and the development of a good rapport with them, their interests and capabilities are assessed with the active participation of Slisha. This helps to raise self-confidence and self-belief amongst the women. Besides providing much-needed loans for the women, the WAWCAS programme also is engaged in group or team mobilisation. On the basis of priority, groups of 20 to 25 women are formed and personal details of each member of the group are collected. Representatives are selected by the group from within the group, and governing rules and regulations of the group are decided upon. The group then registers itself as a saving and credit cooperative in the local VDC. A 7-day training course is given to the group so that the cooperative can operate successfully. The training includes instructions and advice on the importance of a group, values of saving in daily life, ways to make savings, ideas on increasing savings, tips on reducing expenditure, methods of bookkeeping, and maintaining a proper accounting system. The training also focuses on the development of cooperative feeling, creation of a business plan, market management, and proper utilization of loans. The training concludes with a group oath taken by the members, stating that they shall honestly and diligently operate their businesses.
मेरो नाम सम्झना राई हो। मेरो पर्मानेन्ट एड्रेस चाहिँ सुनसरी जिल्ला धरान वार्ड नम्बर 6 बडा क्षेत्र गाविस हो। काठमाडौँ आएको
I have been living in Kathmandu for the last 6 to 7 years. I have been associated with Slisha for about 5 to 6 months. During this time, I have taken a loan of about 20,000 rupees. I am paying back the loan amount, which was payable in a year's time, this time round. Not only has the loan money changed our financial situation, it has also given a boost to my self-belief. I didn't know anything before. Today, with the training from Slisha, I am able to calculate properly and keep tabs on my financial transactions. Besides this, the most visible change that people have noticed in me is my confidence to speak in public and interact with others, which is something I simply could not do before. A loan without collateral and at very low interest is granted to members on the basis of mutual trust and permission of the group to establish small businesses of their choice. The member then deposits her savings and part of her earnings in the cooperative on a regular basis. The local program leader is handed the responsibility of overseeing the supervision of the small businesses operating on loans. The local program leader conducts field visits to the actual location of the business and, besides evaluating, also provides advice and tips to improve the business. The cooperative members meet twice a month to receive ongoing training, discuss problems of the members and reach a solution, and pay back installments of the loan each member has. Under the WAWCAS program, low-income women of Kopan, Kathmandu have started restaurants, grocery stores, candle making, and even a noodle factory. Their success has seen their income and living standards rise significantly.
मेरो नाम पम्फा गुरुङ अनि अहिले यहाँबाट ऋण लगेर
I have been using the loan amount to operate an eatery. The earnings I make from it has been taking care of my children's school fees and is enough to feed them as well. I have also been saving a little.
अलिअलि बचत नि गरेछु लाउन खान पुगिरहेछ
मेरो नाम गंगा थापा हो
I have opened an eatery with the loan I took. I am happy with my situation now. After expenses, I am able to save around 7,000 to 8,000.
7-8 रुपैयाँ बजेट हुन्छ मेरो
यहाँ साथीहरुकै मार्फत आएर समूह बनाएर नि ऋण लियो यहाँबाट ऋण लिएर सलमा लगानी गरियो
After taking the loan from Slisha, we started a business in shawls, which has been very profitable. We had taken a loan of 20,000 and a 7-day training course. The earnings from the business has been able to pay for our children's education and for the rent. We also have been paying back the installments of the loan on time.
मेरो नाम विनीता लामा हो घर सिन्धुपाल्चोक
The income of my husband alone was not enough for us, so I took a loan from Slisha and started a clothing business. Now today, even after paying the rent and my children's school fees, I still make a saving of about 7,000 rupees.
7,000 जे होस् बचत हुन्छ मेरो नाम दुर्गा कुमारी दाहाल हो हामी भैरवबाट आको
I came here from my hometown about 3.5 years ago. Time then was very hard upon us. We had great difficulty even meeting my basic needs. We stayed at a school of a relative. Living in that school was very difficult, as we had to sleep on the hard floor and frequently went to sleep with empty, aching stomachs, having only eaten one meal in the day. We were totally dependent upon others for our existence. But when we met the people of Slisha, we got a chance to change the situation. I took out a loan of 15,000. Then we started selling momos on the cart itself. The earnings from selling the momos gradually increased from 100 to 200 to around 500 rupees. After 1.5 years, we invested 200,000 rupees on a noodle making machine. Today, our business selling noodles and momos is doing very well. We make a profit of anywhere from around 1,200 to 2,000 rupees in a day. We live in a 3-room rented apartment and are able to afford our son's tuition. It's all good. The WAWCAS program is a 16-month-long program. After the completion of the 16 months, a national level cooperative is formed and Slisha acts as advisor while the group itself is given the responsibility of helping to chalk out a 5-year strategic plan.
I've been visiting, I've had the opportunity to visit with some of the women who started at the very beginning of the program and also with some of the new women. And it's obvious to me to see the impact this program has on the individual, also on the community actually. As individuals you can see a change in the woman. She carries herself, she speaks up, her skin looks shiny and nice, she dresses nicely. And then if you compare with the newcomers, they're very shy, they hardly dare speak in the group. So it's very obvious to me that this program has a direct effect. And then if you look at some of the things the program does, it's actually very, very little funding that is needed when you look at the loans given to the women. We've been out visiting pig farms. They start up with a few pigs and very quickly actually they start getting the ability to earn money and improve their living conditions. I also find it very attractive that there is great transparency in the program. There is great credibility. The program works with the individual, it works with the family and family dynamics. And it teaches both personal skills and also professional business skills. So it's, in my eyes, it's a very complete program. In this program, you don't see the challenges that some decisively microfinance programs have. In this program, actually, there is great attention paid to teaching the women how to save and how to pay back their loans. And when they're done with the program, they've already paid back their loans and improved their financial situation. And so I find that this program does not have the risk as you hear many other microfinancing programs may encounter. And that is a sponsor I like. I think it's a very positive thing to support responsible programs.
Besides Kopan, the WAWCAS program has been successfully operational in places like Thangkot, Baishapati and Lamjung, with plans of extending to other parts of Nepal in the near future.
मेरो नाम रेमिकाला राई मेरो घर स्थायी चाहिँ धनकुटा हो मैले पढ्दाखेरि पढेर पनि केही भएन कि मैले कति ठाउँ
After completing my college level education, I was still not able to find a decent paying job. I applied for jobs at numerous places, but beside rejections, the job I got was very low paying sales job. I was only paid around 1,500 rupees a month. Today, I find my life much better. Before, I used to spend my days playing with my child. I had no work. But today, with the cooperative and our group, I have been able to take a loan. With the money, I started a candle making factory. Before, even for 5 rupees, I had to ask my husband. But today, I am able to meet my own expenses. I am self-reliant and financially independent today.
When I look back on the changes I see from since we started in 2007, and when I visit the women groups, which I do several times each year, I see changes on different levels. On the personal level, in the families, on a group level, and on a community level. And some examples of that are that I see that, or we see that the women coming, they are able to work across castes, the caste they come from. So we see that women coming from a Brahmin and women from a Dalit caste, they can work together, they can be in the group together, they can eat together, and they even now create businesses together. And I think that's a very interesting impact, that suddenly the program supports the women to be together across systems that before maybe made that they were not eating or being together. We also see on a family level, we see how the husbands' attitudes change. It's many of the husbands in the beginning, they are a little worried a little. What is this? What is going to happen? What is it to have a wife running a business? But then over time, because we also work with the whole family and the relation in the families, I think that's why we see many of the husbands change attitude. And actually, if you visit the shops, you will see many of the husbands helping in the shops now. So that is also a change, and I think that's very important change, because then suddenly it also becomes a family issue to run a small business.
Learning and earning go simultaneously in WAWCAS, which boost women economic situations. Besides this, long-term ongoing training and meeting supports positive changes in the behavior and attitude of the group. The group was empowered through the training. Thus, WAWCAS has its own uniqueness to improve livelihood, such as many women developing a sustainable business, grocery establishment of the grocery, duck raising, goat raising, buffalo raising, beauty parlor, different varieties of the shops they develop, and good income, and influencing the local community. We are solid on the standard but flexible on the rules, as we are solid on the destination but flexible on the journey.
I plan on having a cow farm and becoming a proper farmer in the future. WAWCAS is certainly no magic wand whose mere touch is enough to solve problems. It is but a vehicle, a medium that provides an opportunity for a better tomorrow. It shows the path to a destination that is full of hope. But for change to happen, for lives to improve, hard work, patience, honesty to the cause, belief and desire is required from all stakeholders. Only then can WAWCAS be successful as a true friend of women and children.